Everybody can hear, yeah? Just checking my mic before I start yapping. Okay, let's just post the schedule, stream schedule. 20 minutes. Okay, so for the questions, hold them until the last 20 minutes because as I go through the charts, I cannot look at the chat. Okay, so BTC, this was on the daily, okay. Daily key level was where 71,475 and a daily was close above was needed for it to move towards 72,797, which is the range high from here. Okay, but did not happen, and this is a really bearish candle over here. So to move back up, you need some solid confirmation for at least on the daily and then potentially form on the 4 hour as well. But since this structure over here has broken, so as you can see, this structure was being maintained over here, it got completely broken over here. So if this is the key level, I think this is about 70,000, yeah, 70.1k. You need a couple of daily closes above this one and then confirmation over here at 70.6k if it's going to move further up. But from here, as this is the downtrend in this potential area breaking the market structure over here, then you have to look for shorts as much as you can, specifically on alts. My mic should be fine, it's the same as always. So the key level to hold here is 69,250. If this is the green box you see here, this is actually the 12-hour demand. Okay, I've just marked this just in case it want to retest, and this is potentially a swing long trigger somewhere inside there, but not a limit order because what I would want to see is something basically just hold in there, form an OB or something else, and then we can mark it in or limit in with a buy into this box. But for now, this is the level that is being held on 69,250. If this level is continuously held on the daily once again, then you go back towards at least 70.1k and then potentially towards 70.6k as well. 70.6k is a really big key level because now since that one has SFP'd on the daily, this one coming from this supply over here on the 4 hour, this has become a deviation of this range. So the range high at 70.6k and the range low is right over here at 66k. So this is a big deviation, and everything into this area is swing short for swing shorts. Okay, now coming back to the long trigger, as long as this is held, okay, but on levels like these, and this is just Sunday once again, you are likely to see some sweeps as well, basically more chops, something like this. There's a wick here, sell side liquidity here, and this has been filled 50% here, this big one. So you could see something like either this or either like this. Now the confirmation on this is going to be where the next 4 hour or 1 hour, anything over here, the demand or block, whatever that is to be formed is formed, and that is where you take your entry from and then trade it back towards here and then here as the targets. For now, there is no trigger because this is just chop. There is no demand, there is no order block, nothing. So just a moment to watch for BTC on the lower time frame. Okay, so the higher time frame was covered as well. The ETH is a little bit different because I'm just focusing on the higher time frame on this. This is the same as the previous stream. The major SR flip is this. This is the sell side liquidity. So there's two potential triggers on this. One is that there's a big dump and this takes 3,302 over here. The other is that it sweeps the sell side liquidity, does not take the low and then reclaims back up, and this becomes your trigger to get back in. Because this is still, as you can see, it's not like BTC. BTC is this, okay, and ETH is this, okay. It hasn't even done the major part yet, just as BTC has done on the higher low and higher high structure. So for that, two triggers, the sweep of this or a basic retest into this. I have a limit over here if I want to catch a sting bid. Otherwise, I would go with the sweep and reclaim confirmation. Okay, I'll just do my watch list coins. The first one is ORDI. I think I just posted this on Twitter before the stream. The daily supply is untapped over here. There's a big reclaim of this SR flip, head and shoulders, blah 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 patterns you want to call. This is also a big SR flip. Basically, the SR flips comes over from over here, but there's and basically the auction is here. So there is auction rejection, back reclaim back up. So it can go for the retest of this auction into this supply. The highest point is where my green box is marking it, starting from the SR flip. So on the lower time frame, it has built up internal liquidity. Basically, as we discussed in the previous streams and on the thread as well, this vertical accumulation always builds up internal liquidity. So if no one is going to buy it immediately over here and push up, it's going to take the orders below that are placed as limits. Okay, so I am going to set an alert here. I'll do that right now. It's about 54.26. If it gives a bounce, this becomes a sweep. This is also an order block here. This is also an order block. This is a good support area. And then you take this here, trap these people who are going to retest short this, because basically they're going to see this trend break, but they are not going to see the higher time frame structure of this and the strength of this coin in the past few days. Take the long here and sell it back at the daily supply. The stop is basically going to be a manual H4 acceptance below, how much is this, 51.1, which is the major SR flip. Some of you may be looking at this order block over here. This is the entire order block here as well. But why am I ruling out the possibility of that is basically this SR flip. So if it does come below over here, that can either be a big market dump again, which is not likely from over here, and then reclaim back up. But if it slowly grinds down, then it will fill this one, but if it gives a bounce, it's going to get rejected right over here, because this key level over here into this region is going to get rejected. Why do I have uni? Okay, uni is, this is also an order block on uni. I think this was the trade that was posted on Twitter a few days back. Was an early close for about 1.5 hours. So this is the key SR flip. The order block was below that. It got swept on the dump. I do have this box marked because this wick can fill and it can still go into this region and still be potentially bullish for its this one. Okay, so I do have it on my watch list. If it does give some sort of confirmation, either here with the BTC support, major BTC support like this one over here, or if it just goes for something like this, sweeps it again and reclaims the key level, then that becomes a long and it goes for the next supply, which is right over here at 12 region. But this is, as you can see, this is in my higher time frame category and ORDI is in the lower time frame category. So this is like a really higher time frame structure. Okay, I think I got done with my watch. I don't have much because there's not much to cover on my own watch list. I'm just looking at ORDI because it has had significant volume and movements and the strength it has shown for between the dump as well. Now we are going to move towards chart request. Okay, keep them coming. JTO, ONDO, FET. Okay, we got three first. JTO, ONDO, and FET. JTO, JTO. Do I have this setup open? Wait, I have to check my exchange. Why is this here? Okay, yeah, I do have it open in profit. What? When did I take this? Ah, I think this was posted on Twitter and I haven't updated it yet. I may have to check. Just a sec. Okay. Oh, yeah, found it. Ah, shit, I forgot to update that. This was a manual stop. So according to Twitter, this should have been stopped by now. I'll update this one later. Okay, we were going to move on. But this is still valid. This is the trade I have taken. I don't think it stopped. Let me check. I'm not sure if everybody got stopped on that because it is a sweep, but I don't think there was enough OI in there on spot at that time to fill the order immediately. Okay, so what do we have here? Why did I even take this trade? I think this was the monthly open from previous month. Yeah, it was the monthly open from the previous month. Mm, The person said a 3 hour order block on that, right? Order blocks are actually visible anywhere. You don't really need to go time frame to time frame. Okay, yes. Yeah, this is support for JTO here. So this range is still valid. The past one, deviation, range low, mid has this perfect retest, so I'll just get rid of this, and yeah, the rest is fine. So, anything on the lower time frame? The current price action is strong, but you have the unfilled wick. That's the problem. If you can get something like this and an order block or demand forms over here, then take it here, stops below this. But if it does not, because this is currently basic buy pressure which is leading it up, there is no there's small order block, but not much here given the weekend as well. So if it doesn't form any order block here soon, then it does sweep lower like this, but still high time frame support. So if you want to accumulate, yeah, you can. Next was FT. Okay, FAD. Oh, I remember this from the last or the last of last stream. It sought external liquidity here and then it just dumped, and it has lost the range low as well. So unless it reclaims, what is this, 1.885, it's bearish. So the first thing that it's going to go for is this, and the second thing it's going to go for it's this. Okay, so until 1.885 is reclaimed, bearish. Next was ONDO. I'll go three at a time. I just remember this one from memory. Ah, okay, the same chart as before. Hasn't filled for ages. I'll just keep it to this. Maybe I'll just get some lucky fill in the future because this is still a really juicy order block over here, lying right above the breakout and it hasn't been retested yet. But if you want to look for continuation, then this order block here has already shown the bounce from the dump. Yeah, it has shown the bounce. And there is an auction here as well from here to here. And currently it's above. Basically, this is the supply, and once the supply starts to flip, it becomes a confirmed auction, or you could say an approved auction. So nice flip over here as well. Swept, flipped. 4 hour looks good. 1 hour also does look good, but you need a little more confirmation on this, which would be the breakout above this level. Yeah. So 1.332, approximately 1.332, strong breakout above this level. Then this would become basically something like this. This would become the deviation. Otherwise, since this is again Sunday and there is no order block or demand over here that's approving of this strength, there's the possibility of again filling this wick down towards between the 75% to the 100% range of the wick. Okay, key level here. Okay. Where is the chat? Sol with FTM. Sol with FTM. Okay, Sol. Okay, Sol the same as the previous stream. Still waiting to get this filled here. 144.43. Okay, so this entire region here, buy zone for soul. And the target is going to be actually bigger. This is just a rough one. The stop is correct. I'm going to stick to that. Ouch. Okay, this is why I should take profit more. Oh, this is from last stream. I remember it now. So we marked this order block on the last stream and we were looking for a fill on this or a breakout above this. So I did get the fill and then I think I moved my stops break even here. How much was this? Nice, I did not sell for 3 hour and I got stop break even. What do I even do sometimes? Sometimes I'm taking 0.1 hour profit, sometimes I'm not even taking 3 hour. Ooh, this looks really bad now. Yeah, this looks dog shit. Okay, clusters of supplies, right? So if you get a push here into this, short it. Stops go above this, short here, and target this one. But if it goes like this, taps this first, then this becomes invalid because that would have already hit the TP, and then you would be at the range lows, and from the range lows you have to target this area back because this supply is going to get filled in the future somewhere. One, two, order block here, so it can push. Yeah, it can push. So keep it on a watch list for short because there's the order block here. It has shown a bounce. If the market bounces, this bounces. Short here, stops here, target here. Okay, next. Okay, I forgot FTM. Mm, don't really need that. Okay, so for FTM, this is on the daily. Your key level currently is 6.5. I'll just round it off because this is the daily high time frame, obviously. Key level 6.5. If this does hold, so I think these are really key EQ lows here. I wouldn't prioritize a long. This is the daily. Okay, main resistance is here at 0.878. If the daily closes above this, this confirms that it's continuing its direction like this, and it does take this high time frame supply. But for now, key rejection here, supply here. I wouldn't personally go for a long. Instead, I would wait here and take the short into the supply here. Basically, so if the daily closes below this, and these EQ lows are going to get swept, and these are going to get swept at least towards, okay, key, another auction here. So this here, this is the past supply. Now it's going to act as support, and there's an order block on the daily here inside here as well. So if it does give confirmation of the bearish trend here, short it towards down here, Or if you don't want to short, flip long over here. Once you flip long here, place your stops below, let's say this, and target this. Or if the daily close is above 878, then take the continuation. This is like the unlikely scenario because as we discussed with BTC, the possibility of BTC going down is more with its current daily trend. So take the possibility of shorting or longing with a sting bit lower. Okay, next three. INJ WCHR bonk. INJ WCHR bonk. Oh yeah, I do remember this one. This was given on Twitter. It was how much? 2 hour long. Yeah. It's very easy to understand. This is the key level 29, let's just say round off to 30. 30 on the daily. Uh, sorry. 30 on the daily. Okay, so a daily, this is twice SFP over here. You need a daily close above this one, then it goes for the, once the daily close is above, it goes for the NPOC. And as we saw, this is a supply on the 3 day and on the daily as well. You can see a supply here, and NPOC lies here as well. There is a supply here over here as well. There is a very shorter block here as well. So this entire area into here is a key resistance. And once you get the confirmation above this, take the long up there, coming towards the support side from the current perspective. The current SR flip is really understandable coming from this region here. And if you do take, if you want to mind map the trend, okay, if you are holding this and if you wanna be cautious, then just keep this trend in mind. As long as it holds this trend along with the likes of BTC, obviously, then it goes for the confirmation of this key level, tap into this NPOC here. But if it does lose this level, then this becomes a basic something like this kind of thing with INJ, because this is the range high, this is the range low, this is its deviation. So if it loses this trend here, it taps back at the range low here. Let's just use a line actually. Okay, okay. In no man's land right now. After INJ, we had CHR. Was it CHR? CHG? CHR. I think this is illiquid. Yeah, it's illiquid. The last time I drew this was in 2024. Yeah, not bad. Hmm. Why did I take this key level? I would just say ignore trading this one. There is much better options. It's like FTM. There's a key level above that it needs to flip on the daily, and then there is a key level below that it's trying to hold with a support. So in between some sort of choppy region. Avoid this until it gives some better confirmation, and then just trade the ones that are much easier looking structures like ORDI. BONK. Oh, it got filled. Nice. We charted this on last week's stream or even before that. And we said that the first buy yeah, I marked the levels as well. The first buy was 25,099 and the second buy was at the 0.706, which lied with the NPOC. Yeah, this one. So if I go to explaining this one, key level, why did I mark this key level on last stream? Okay, I did for some reason, so let's just leave it to that. But okay, key level, deviation, head and shoulders, straight dumped again, fill this limit here, and a limit is waiting over here. The stops are below this level, and the target is going to be, so since this has already retested into this and the market is at support, very likely soon going to bounce further even if BTC does take a big dive. So you can see something like this on BONK. Yeah, so if you got that limit hit from last stream at 250.99, then continue to hold it, and then don't forget to put your second buy in there at the NPOC, which is also at the 4-hour demand. And cut here, obviously, or cut manually if you think BTC is going to tank. But this is good support. Possible big bounce zone. Next we have LQTY, ADA, fill. Oh, before we do this, I'll show you one of my charts, which is a good one. I actually got so pissed I missed the limit on the dump. So this was the key SR flip on the TRB, and it was forming, you see, EQ lows, EQ lows, EQ lows, and right below this EQ low was this order block here. Okay. So what was interesting was the supply over here, and I was going for a sweep of this into the supply. It got swept really down, but the idea was take the long here, then wait for its reclaim into this level here, and then back up. So now coming to another thing on my memory, when it's some shitcoin like TRB, like this one, what happens is that if they give these strong bounces, you see how much it has already, at least it has recovered, I think more than 50% of its dump from yesterday. The dump was yesterday, yeah. I even forgot that. So it has recovered most of its part. So this shows a lot of strength. Now, this key SR flip lies over here as usual, as it was. So if it does flip this, basically a big strong R, strong 4 hour or daily close above this level, continue to hold, it's not going to retest this region again. This is going to become its bottom for at least the next month. Okay, but until it is not flipped, there's the possibility of retesting this area again. So I have my alert set. Once this alert triggers, I'm going to see where BTC is at and whether if I'm going to take it here or I'm going to take it over here much lower. But I am going to take this one. This is really primed for my liking because again, from my memory, I've seen a lot of charts like these. They go like this strong push back up, and then soon they reclaim, and then they just continue up. Okay, we were going to LQTY. Oh, this is really bearish. So the key level you can already see, and this specific thing over here is extremely bearish. Basically, you have this break here as well. You have this area. This is the supply. Auction was failed with this rejection, and on the rejection, it formed another supply over here. So what you should do with this one is that you should enter. Mm, let's see if you can find a prime entry. And this was the supply. It has already retested. Okay. Oops. Okay, so if you get any push like this on LQTY, first here, and likely above like this here as well, continue to DCA your short, basically manage your risk obviously, but split your risk between two entries because this imbalance is quite large over here. So there is no one guaranteed entry point to hit unless you see some price action here and something else develops, then you change your bias. But exactly from here, if it does give pushes above, do take your shorts because you want to target this order block here. And if you're not shorting, then go long here. This is a good area to go long because you have this change in market structure here with the formation of the order block up, retest, continuation. The validity of the trend is valid. Now over here it has almost just swept the lows over here into this, not even swept the sell side liquidity completely, but this one is still untapped. So if it does go this, at least at this much, back to the SR flip level. FET was done. They are getting a merge. I don't care if they are getting a merge. INJ is done. Okay, W was left. I think W did pump a lot as well. Somebody asked me on last stream about W and I was telling him, oh, it's a shit coin. Oh, it hasn't pumped much still. Oh, I hate charts like these. Basically, they just do this. There is no really confirmed buyers. I just see a daily or a block here that has held. I see EQ lows here as well. Yeah, but a really strong bounce. So it can just go from here. Yeah, it can just go from here like this. Hmm. But if you're like a confirmation trader like me, then this which chart was this? Like this one? I think we just did one chart over here which had daily wicks like this. So range high deviation failed reclaim. If the daily does close above this, which is 0.723, that gives the confirmation to go long. And then there is a lot of imbalance above over here. You can target at least this resistance here. But yeah, it can go right from here as well because there is a strong bounce on the 4-hour. But again, it's a shitcoin and it's illiquid. A little bit of sell pressure from someone and it just obliterates through the order block. VANRY. VANRY wasn't good, I think. I wasn't really amused by its price action. Yeah, I did take this on Twitter. Moved stops to break even and then it got stopped and then basically nuked. Key level was there. Oh, this is a basic kind of what do you call? What do you call this pattern? Ascending triangle? Descending triangle? Whatever that thing is supposed to be. Yeah, this is bearish. You have a supply here, so if you want to take a retest entry short, it's going to be like this here. And what you're going to target is basically going to be, I can either make an NPOC or I can either make a golden pocket for targets. I'll go with the NPOC because it's more of a sniper kind of thing. Hmm. Okay, you see this previous NPOC? It's not going to act as resistance in the future as well. Let's get rid of that. Okay, now the NPOC here gives a hint as well. Did not see this before, but now I see it here. Or a block. Okay, so you want to front run the order block with the target here, and this is also going to be the sweep of the sell side liquidity. So yeah, something like this. Short into this region and target here. What's your stop going to be? It's going to be basically the market structure occurred here. So this could be BSL, so a small rate could be possible. Okay, the range high for this LTF comes from here and above this, slightly above this. By slightly, I would mean like this here at point rounded off 0.204 would be your stop. Okay. Yeah, Biko was in profit. I did close it in the VIP very early. Not much for us on that. Next, we are going to see DOGE. I think DOGE should be remembered by everyone from the last stream. It has not filled yet, but I did post it on Twitter yesterday as well. So currently it's going to face resistance at this mid-range, but okay, there's two plans. The higher time frame is going to take the range low, then move in towards the external liquidity. Now, this is the external liquidity here into this order block. It has tapped already, but it has not taken this external liquidity, failed reclaim over here. So the next time it goes for it, it does take it. Okay, so the plan is to accumulate here and sell here, but this is the high time frame, so it's not going to happen immediately. So for now, if BTC does give a breakout, this will also break. Basically, there will be, if BTC does break out, there's going to be a strong 4-hour candle over here as like this, and it's going to do a partial retest like this and continue up. So this will be proven as a deviation. Your stops will go below this. You'll enter somewhere over here, and you're going to target this supply over here. Okay, that will be your scalp long. Range to range. I don't watch cricket. Okay, this was from last stream. This got stopped. Negative 1 hour. 13, yeah, $13,000 loss. We did this chart on last stream. We were going for the sell side liquidity, equals liquid sweep into this auction with this order block here, but the dump was too big to even hold through. So this got stopped and we have to redo that. Okay, so yeah, key level 9.747, rounded off 9.75. As long as the daily is below this one, it's going to take out 7.83. So RNDR is a high time frame bullish coin. So if you want to accumulate, start accumulating from 7.83 and then sell obviously into the supply here. Let's discover. Hold your question until the end. We have, actually, we have, yeah, we have ran out of time for chart requests. Let's just do a little more. Mm, random. I hope I did not post this somewhere. RDNT. Okay, this was just a plan. All good. Huh. Okay, is there a key? No. Is this all the chart for this one? Because if it is, then this is really bad. This, if I go back into memory, I've seen things like these happen in 2021 on shitcoins. But usually, what would they do is they would lose their Pico low with a strong market dump and then chop below for a few days, and then out of nowhere you see them under top gainers like this. For now there's no confirmation, but if it does start to form an order block or demand here, then do take it, but it's going to form the pump and dump pattern. And and okay, nice, I missed this long. So cool, GG's. I missed it here, I missed it here. The target was this, the target has been done. Ah, I do remember these charts as well. Shit, this one is also good, but these take some time to play out in the sense that they chop more. Everybody is out of their watch list. Boom, there it goes. I just want to do it this one actually. I think this is its only key level here. Yeah, because this is the 4-hour demand. The starting of this demand is here at 0.851, which is what you can take as confirmation. So for now, I wouldn't suggest marketing in, but if it does something like this, then this would be a reclaim, a validity of the demand, fill of this wick, move back up, formation of the deviation, confirmation, and then it starts to move up into the supply here. So what was the level again? Let's see, 0.851. Okay, yeah, 0.851. If it flips, take it. As long as it holds 0.813, the flip is valid. If it loses 0.813, these are the EQ lows, it's going to sweep. And where is it going to sweep? Let's just say we want to find a sting bid on this one with the sweep. I do see that order block there. This is an entire order block here, but I want to find a precise one. This is good. So 813 lost on the daily goes to 735. 735, this entire region here is the order block. Yeah, that's that. Okay, we are done with the chart requests. We will go to the questions now. FAT is done. You can find it on the stream recording. For BTC, you said the price holds and forms demand. We can take along how to be able to interpret the formation of demand in the early. How can you notice the demand forming in the early stages? I answered this question of yours in the previous streams. This is the order block or demand. Ah, and for the shortcuts of identifying them with the order blocker demands, the 30-minute videos on the channel, but most of the times it's like this. So if I just go in here, as we said, this level is going to hold. This is the demand it's trying to hold over here. So if it doesn't hold this one, then this one is the demand order block here. Its structure, majorly dependent on structure. If I recall last time that you need to make 5 hour monthly to qualify. No, it does not include forex or commodity, and 5 hour is not just 5 hour. You have to maintain a certain win rate and how easy it is to follow your trades for other people. The trading plan will be posted after I'm done with these exams. I'll be done soon. I just came back from the exam before the stream as well. Can I use 15 minute for scalps? Same thing applies to all time frames, just the lower time frames are going to be more riskier because there is more chop inside them and more chances of getting faded out. Do you short or just long? Only longs. Short analysis calls in the VIP, whatever that is, it's only for the people. Personally, I'm just longing and I'm doing spot only, and that purpose of that is religion. How much time did it take you to come up with your models, and how do you know which one is to use in any given circumstance? For models, it took about I think 3 years now. Yeah, and which ones are? It's very well explained. There's a video as well on the channel explaining each model and which one is going to be the best one. Merger से पहले future positions close कर दें. What is merger? I don't know which merger you're. Oh, the FET Ocean merge. I think FET I covered and I showed its bearish scenario. If price has swept liquidity above range high and price has gotten acceptance back into the range, is it more likely to find support in the mid range or range low? It will go towards the range low, but it will find a support at the mid range as well. And then it's going to depend on BTC. So if mid range aligns with the major BTC support, it's going to hold the mid. But if the mid does not align, then it will eventually in the future align with the low of BTC as well. Can you upload a video explaining in details how you liquidate? That video is already uploaded on the channel. It's in the playlist of price action. What did you study at uni? Business. What winner do you need to become a mod and how do you get? I think I would say win rate above 70% is good, but there's a form. So if you go here, what is that? It should be in my link here, actually. hmm Why do you divide watch list into LTF and LTF? This is just for VIP, actually, because I have to give them setups, so I have to keep a track of which one I'm going to give at what time. Okay, so the link is here. Get hired. There's the Google form. You have to fill that out. Basically, the form is the first step. If you get selected, you get emailed, and then you proceed from over there. If you don't get an email, then you obviously reject it at the form. When you start with 1000, we risk only 1%. No, it was between 5 to 10%. Is it true mid-range scams a lot? Yeah, if you wanna take a small example, the mid-range scams are basically like this one. So the mid-range gets swept and it forms a deviation at the mid, and then with the BTC breakout, it flips and then continues towards the latest supply it has unfilled. That's what usually happens at mid-ranges. How do we know if we should prioritize trading in the higher time frame versus in the lower time frame? Ah, it's a vague question. How to properly identify SSL and BSL? You have to go with the practice on liquidity, buy side and sell side both. So now this is sell side liquidity here, this entire dump that has been formed in BTC. Why would you say that this is the dump? This is the sell side liquidity because the order block on the daily 4-hour, this is the entire, actually, this is coming from the 4-hour, but it's visible on the all. This has slightly been front run. So what happened here was someone market bought a lot here. So since someone market bought a lot over here, they created sell side liquidity into this level. So if they puke their positions, or if someone bigger than them makes them puke it, then this sell side liquidity sweeps. And the projection of it comes from experience, how much time you have spent on the charts to identify these things. If a range forms on lower time frame away from higher time frame base, can we still trade it if a range forms on LTF away from? So if it forms away from the higher time frame, then you have to consider it with BTC. So if let's just say ORDI has a range here, this one here, and BTC is on the higher time frame support, I can say that yeah, the LTF can be more projective towards its direction it's intended to go for. But if it's the opposite, then obviously it's not the case. But you have to look at other factors. So if I'm saying already can be used as a bias for BTC for a long hair, that's my first thing that's in my mind. But the second thing is what's in front of me. And this entire build up, bearish, potentially sweep down. So you have to rule out the weightage of possibilities. After a week, why are unfilled wicks dangerous? They're not dangerous, but they just become an area of chop picks. So you have to wait whether they are going to get filled or whether they are going to get reclaimed on their latest supply that is around them. And then you go from there trading that. AI USDT. You are done with chart requests though. What's up with AI? There's a simple level on AI. As long as you are above this level at zero point 0.9, you are good to go up. So the small dumps, these don't matter. This is actually a bear flag, so do keep in mind. Bear flag plus rising wedge if you're a pattern trader. Wouldn't mark it in here personally because a key level of the range high is here at point, I think about 1.2. So breakout above that is necessary for continuation. If price breaks above range high, what is the confirmation to play that breakout in LTFPA, and where do you usually put stops in that scenario? This is in one of my models, so let's just consider this as the example. Okay, so now this is at the range low and the range high is above. You are saying you want to target confirmation, so this is the supply. What's possibly going to likely to happen here is that it does a rejection here, but if it does flip the supply, this becomes an auction. So you would see something like this. This would be your confirmation. This is going to be some sort of low formed in the future. Entry is going to be here, stop is going to be here. Grosse is looking to fill your 100k order block from 6 months ago. Really? Where was say? I think I have. Okay, after say, I'm going to tell you something about Sui. Wait. Okay, I did. I think I made this a few days ago. This, yeah, this is my cumulative order block. I think this is the same one from the oldest Twitter post where I was saying I would actually buy more this time because I do have more money to buy now. Yeah, this is a good structure. EQ lows potentially sweep down, quick wick down, back reclaim up. This is on. Okay, besides Sui, say we have Sui. Okay, Sui I've already given in Discord. Where's my Discord? Okay, it's here. Before the dump, I gave this limit and it has filled. So currently, this is the setup that is going on. And I'm going to DCA if this wick gets swept and then reclaimed. No limit order, it's going to be manual. But for now, this is still a 2.62 hour setup. Basically, you have this is actually on the monthly. So on the monthly, you have, yeah, this is the monthly support. And on previous 2 months, it has SFP'd above, failing to close below. So it does show higher time frame confluence. Now for the lower time frame, bigger supply, lower supply below that, that is going to be the target at 1.64, still a 55% move from here. And this is also a really nice 3 tap here. So I'm going to hold this one. Stop is quite wide, but I'm more focused on the risk to reward on the setup. How do you trade in a market like this? We've seen a previous time in our BTC consolidation. It's really hard to execute trades. I don't actually. The only trade I took today was this ORDI long. Yeah, it was this one and it was closed for I think 1.42 hour. This is the only trade that I took today. For BTC, I explained the triggers in the beginning of the stream. I'm just going to wait for those until I see a good risk taking place. However, you're so confident holding a BTC short at 4 ROB a few days ago. Surprising. Well, how did you know it would? How would I know? Basically, the key level on the daily was 71,475 paired with the order block, and this is also a really big higher time frame, not even higher time frame, macro all-time high resistance area. So it was evident that if we have this move up here, it rejected here, back down. This key level was really valid. So we had it back above again. Candle close above was necessary to prove the structure back up, but it did not. Even on the 4 hour, it was. So this was the NFP. The NFP gave the confirmation here. So the NFP had a pump, pre-market pump, then it closed back down below, and then after the NFP had ended, this was the major movement that took place, which was going to happen. 70% written means 30% losses or 30% losses and break even. Just 30% losses. Break even doesn't count. You're still holding Jup and Arkham? Yes, those are really high time frame. I understand you're already long. This is basically from VIP and I've raised the chart as well. It's not still on the chart. Hmm, where's that? I think this was the order block here. It had tapped. There was EQ lows into this area, swept those, reclaim back up. Market structure break, actually break of structure BOS. This is also one of those models. Was here. H1 order block was formed here. There was a key level here. The entry was taken over here. The second entry was somewhere down over here. The average came out to be something I've sent in trade alerts, and then I was targeting the daily supply like this over here. But what happened here was there was buy sell liquidity on the lower time frame here. It went up. I think it was yeah, where is it? Okay, this was the buy sell liquidity. It swept up, came back down. I did move my stops in profit at that point, and it got stopped in profit. The alerts are all here. Entry 2 changed to this, already filled with average, stop loss break even, stop loss in profit, stopped in profit. Can you give entries in near Ron FXS? We are done with the charts for now, but if there's something really good, I'll post that on Twitter. Successfully reclaimed so that I can long. Sometimes seems like maybe it's a 50-50 trade. Just combine it with a BTC support. So like liquidity out of faults in that case does mean also on bounce for BTC when also just generally weak in this cycle. It's not like the previous cycle, and I have stated this so many times. Focus on BTC more than you focus on alts, and if you want to focus on alts, scan the entire market, look at the absolute best one. The absolute best one is going to be the ones that withhold an uptrend while the BTC is in a downtrend. So BTC is in a downtrend over here, ORDI is in an uptrend over here. So this is signs of strength, and this is where you should be looking for longs. And the opposite for shorts. With $750 now, you should be practicing, but that is not going to make you a lot of money unless you are really lucky. That is about like 0.1% of the world. When is there going to be a liquidity video on 10,000 subscribers? Okay, we are done with the stream time. So, yeah, it's been an hour. Oh, one more thing I wanted. If anyone took the advice on the last stream on Tyco, Tyco had an IPO on Bybit at $2 and it peaked at and it even held at about. Okay, so I had a allocation as well and it was an easy 50%. The remainder is going to get locked over the next few 2 months. Not sure where price goes in that case, but just a small thing. If anyone did listen last stream, that was an easy 50%. 1,000 is good as an amount, but you have to consider the cycle possibility. How much opportunity do you even have to use that 1,000 to get into something that is going to give you multiples? Because last cycle it was easier, not this cycle actually. This cycle is more about BTC, but BTC does give a lot of good movements as well. And if you're trading futures, you have leverage playing as well. But just see how important is 1,000 for you. Is 1,000 really a nice thing to be trading with? Trading is supposed to be a serious thing. Okay, we are done. Ah, my throat hurts once again. The Discord link is in the bio, the of the video, yeah. And the Bybit sign up link is also in the bio. Use those if you want. Apply for Beam Lounge if you want. That link is also in the this one link tree over here. I think I'm close to 46K. Okay. 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 And I'll see you guys on next Sunday. My internet is dead.